For more than a century, the disappearance of the Flannan Isles lighthouse keepers has inspired countless theories. Some are based on evidence, others are built on mystery and legend. Let's examine the most common explanations. Theory 1. The rogue wave. The official investigation reached one main conclusion. A massive rogue wave likely struck the island while the keepers were securing equipment near the western landing. Evidence supported this idea. A crane rope was left hanging. Storage boxes had been moved. The landing platform showed signs of severe storm damage. Investigators believed the first keeper was swept into the sea. The other two rushed to help and were caught by another enormous wave. None of the men survived. Their bodies were never recovered. The Atlantic Ocean has claimed many victims without leaving a trace. For many historians, this remains the most likely explanation. Theory 2. A rescue gone wrong. Another theory suggests the keepers spotted a ship in trouble during the storm. Wanting to help, they may have rushed to the landing area. But before they could return, a huge wave swept them away. Some versions even claim another vessel became involved. However, there is no evidence that anyone landed on the island. The lighthouse boat was still there. No records support the idea that another ship took the men away. Most historians consider this theory unlikely. Theory 3. Murder or madness. One of the darkest theories suggests that one keeper killed the other two before taking his own life. This idea became popular because Donald McArthur was known to have a strong temper, but there is no evidence that he became violent. The lighthouse showed no signs of a struggle. Nothing was damaged inside. No blood, no weapons, no bodies. The official records also do not support claims that the keepers' final logbook entries became paranoid or irrational. Many of those dramatic stories were invented years later. Theory 4. The supernatural. Because no one truly knows what happened, supernatural stories soon appeared. Local folklore spoke of mysterious spirits, sea beings, and fairy people said to inhabit the remote islands. Some believed the keepers had been taken by unknown forces. Others claimed the lighthouse was cursed. Later keepers also reported hearing strange sounds during lonely nights. But isolation, harsh weather, and long periods alone can easily affect the human mind. There is no evidence that anything supernatural happened. The most likely answer: after more than 120 years, the mystery remains unsolved. No bodies were ever found. No witnesses ever came forward. No theory explains every detail perfectly, but based on the physical evidence and the official investigation, most experts believe the keepers were most likely swept away by one or more powerful rogue waves while working near the landing platform. The sea kept its secret, and the Flannan Isles mystery became one of history's greatest unsolved disappearances. The revelation. After more than a century of research, historians, oceanographers, and weather experts believe the mystery has a likely explanation. It begins with one of the ocean's most dangerous natural phenomena, the rogue wave. In 1900, Scientists knew very little about rogue waves. Today, we know they are real. Unlike tsunamis, which are caused by earthquakes, rogue waves form when powerful ocean swells combine, creating a single wave far larger than those around it. These walls of water can appear without warning and strike with enormous force. In December 1900, several powerful Atlantic storms passed through the Hebrides. The sea around Eilean Mòr became extremely dangerous. Enormous waves repeatedly slammed into the cliffs and the western landing, the area where supplies were brought ashore. The lighthouse keepers understood how dangerous the weather was, but they also knew they had to protect their equipment. If the landing gear was destroyed, future supplies could be delayed for weeks. So they went outside to secure the ropes and storage equipment before the storm became even worse. Then, disaster struck. One or more enormous waves crashed into the western landing with tremendous force. The men had almost no time to react. The impact would have been powerful enough to sweep anyone into the... Investigators found a damaged rope and equipment scattered across the landing area. These were signs of an incredibly powerful wave. The evidence suggested the keepers were caught while trying to secure the equipment and were swept away together. No bodies were ever recovered. The Atlantic Ocean is vast, and its currents are capable of carrying victims far from where they disappear. Sadly, this is not uncommon in severe maritime accidents. Thomas Marshall was a husband and father. James Ducat was an experienced lighthouse keeper devoted to his work. Donald McArthur was the youngest of the three. Each accepted the risks of living on one of Britain's most isolated islands. They were not victims of ghosts, or curses, or mysterious forces. They were dedicated men doing their duty in one of the world's harshest environments. The sea claimed their lives, but it also left behind one of history's most enduring maritime mysteries. Even today, the lighthouse on Eilean Mòr stands watch over the Atlantic, a silent reminder of the three keepers who never came home. The legacy today, the Flannan Isles Lighthouse, still stands on the remote island of Eilean Mòr. Since 1971, the lighthouse has been fully automated. No keepers climb its spiral staircase anymore. The buildings are empty yet. The light continues to guide ships across the North Atlantic, just as it has for more than a century. The mystery of the three missing keepers has never faded. It has inspired books, documentaries, paintings, poems, and films around the world. One of the most famous tributes came in 1912, when British poet Wilfred Wilson Gibson wrote Flannan Isle. His poem captured the loneliness of the island and the mystery surrounding the disappearance. More than 100 years later, people are still asking the same question. What really happened on Eilean Mòr? The most likely answer is not supernatural. There is no evidence of ghosts, no curse, and no mysterious visitors. The evidence points instead to the immense power of the Atlantic Ocean. 3 experienced lighthouse keepers were most likely caught by one or more enormous waves while carrying out their duty. Started was a tragedy, not a legend. Their story reminds us that even the most experienced people can be overwhelmed by the forces of nature. The Flannan Isles mystery is not the only unexplained story connected to the sea. Throughout history, ships have been discovered drifting without their crews. The Mary Celeste, the Carol, Endearing, and many others have become part of maritime history because no one knows exactly what happened. Even today, despite satellites, radar, and GPS technology, people still disappear at sea. Some accidents are explained, others remain unsolved. The ocean is beautiful, but it is also unpredictable. Storms can develop without warning. Powerful waves can appear suddenly strong. Currents can carry away anything in their path. Even with modern science, the sea still holds many mysteries. The 3 keepers of Eilean Mòr were ordinary men. They accepted a difficult job in one of Britain's most isolated places. Every day, they kept the lighthouse burning so that strangers could return home safely. In the end, they never returned home themselves. Their courage, their dedication, and their sacrifice are what make this story unforgettable. Today, the Flannan Isles Lighthouse remains an important historic landmark. The island is protected as a nature reserve and seabird sanctuary, and public access is limited. The lighthouse still stands watching over the Atlantic as it has for generations. Thomas Marshall, James Ducat, Donald McArthur, 3 lighthouse keepers, 3 lives devoted to protecting others at sea. Their names remain part of maritime history. Their disappearance remains one of the world's greatest unsolved maritime mysteries. Perhaps we will never know exactly what happened during their final moments, but we do know this: they carried out their duty until the very end. And more than a century later, their story continues to remind us of the power of the sea and the courage of those who lived and worked beside it. Some mysteries may never be fully solved, but they are never forgotten. End card. The Flannan Isles mystery, still unsolved.